Oh, hello. Hello, good afternoon. So, we are now the group 13 to report the parental authority. So, what do you mean by parental authority? So, parental authority is it refer to parents' rights and responsibility toward their children from the minute they are born until they turn 18 years old. So under the parental authority, the parent made decisions that affect children well-being. So, so in chapter 1, oh my gosh, sorry. So in chapter 1, the general provision in Article 209, the pursuant to the natural right and duty parents over the person and property of their unemancipated children. Parent authority and responsibility shall include caring for the rearing of such children for civic consciousness and efficiency and development of their moral, mental, and physical character and well-being. So, the role of the parents is clear there and stated in Article 209 that the role of the parent is want to make sure the development of the moral of their children, the mental and include the physical character of the child. That is their responsibility as the parents. So in Article 210, the parental authority and responsibility may not be renounced. It's clear, huh? Renounced or transferred except in the cases authorized by law. So the responsibility of the parent is not easily kanang mawala or the rule of the parents is not uh, madali itong kunin. So, ito ay nagbabase din sa ating batas. It is clear there that responsibility may not be renounced or transferred. It is clear, except in the cases authorized by law. So next, in Article 200, in 211, the father and the mother shall jointly exercise parental authority over the person of their common children. In case of disagreement, the father decision shall prevail unless there is judicial under the contrary. So in 211, it is clear stated that the father and the mother are jointly exercise their duty as a parent to their children. So next in 200, wait, children shall always observe respect and reverence toward their parents and be obliged to obey them as long as the children is under parental authority. So, yes, of course. So the parents, the duty of the parents and the mother are jointly, uh, they're jointly kanang exercise their responsibility of their children, and the children must obey their parents under their supervision. So in Article 212, in the case of absence of the death of either parents, the parents shall continue exercising parental authority. The remarriage of the surviving parents shall not affect the parental authority over the children. So, if, example, the father are died or the mother will died, and the uh, the surviving parent will get married, so their duty as a parent will not be cut. Instead, it is continue her duty as a parent, as a guardian of their children. So in Article 213, in the case of separation of the parents, parental authority shall be exercised by the parent designated by the court. So, so it is stated there, in case of separation of the parent, so the custody of the child, it's depend on the court. And then, it's stated here in the Article 213 that no children under 7 years old of age shall be separated from the mother unless the court find compelling reason in order to otherwise. So below the 7 years old, that child will not be allowed to separate from their mother. Except lang kung merong nakikitang korte na yung ina niya ay hindi karapat-dapat na siya ang mag-alaga ng kanyang anak. So, malaki pa din ang proseso niyan. Hindi yan madali. So, in 214, in the case of death, absence of instability of the parent, substitute parental authority shall be exercised by the surviving grandparent. So, in 214, it is stated here that mayroong karapatan na papasok na dito yung karapatan ng yung lola niya or lolo ng bata. Example po ay namatay na po yung mama at papa ng anak, ay the substitute to be a guardian is their surviving parents of the child. So, sila yung magiging guardian ng bata, yung lola or lolo. So, in 215, no descendant shall be compelled in the criminal case to testify against his parents and grandparents, except which such testimony is indispensable in the crime against the descendant or by one parent against other. So, the grandparent um is now stand as the guardian of the child. So in chapter 2, the substitute and special parental authority. So in Article 216, The default of parent or judicially appointed guardian, the following person shall exercise substitute parental authority over the child and under indicated. So first is surviving parents as provided in Article 214. So the grandparent is the substitute of being a guardian of the child. The older brother or sister over 21 years old of age unless unfit and disqualified. So, if the child, kung meron silang kapatid na babae or lalaki na over 21 years old ay pwede na sila ang magiging guardian ng bata. Unless disqualified sila kasi meron nakakita na hindi maganda, ganyan. Pero mas malapit sa kanila ang pagiging guardian ng kanilang kapatid na under minor. So the child actual custodian over 21 years of age. Actual custodian and over 21 years old. So pwede ka magiging guardian na kapag ikaw ay over 21 years old. So, in 217, in the case of foundling, abandoned, neglected, or abused children and other children similarly situated, parental authority shall be entrusted in summary judicial proceeding to health of children homes, orphans, and similar institution duly accredited by the proper government agency. So, in case if you found yung tinatapon lang na bata, in foundling or the abandoned child or the child who experienced abuse. So we have our agency in our government, which is the DSWD, who cater that case. So, or we have also the private orphans, similar to the accredited institution and the government, or they are handling the case. Example, the foundation of Gina Lopez, the 163 Bantay Bata. So they are just like the SWD, they are kanang ano ba yan? Adopt the abandoned child. So in 218, the school, its administrator and teachers or individual entity of institution engage the child care shall have special parental authority and responsibility over the minor child while under the supervision, instruction, or custody. So example, ikaw na magiging guro, no? Ikaw ay naging guro. Example, yung klase ay 8 to 11. So, bilang isang guro, ikaw ngayon ang magiging guardian or under yon sa iyo yung pangangalaga ng isang bata. So, kailangan sa loob ng oras na yan ay tutukan mo yung pag-alaga ng bata na yan, tutukan mo ano yung ginagawa niya. Kasi pag merong masamang mangyayari sa bata, ikaw ay mayroong magiging epekto ito sa eskwelahan. So, ikaw ay mayroon kang responsibility sa minor na yan na kailangan mong i-supervise yung kanyang mga ginagawa. It's clear here in the 218 that responsibility over the minor child while under the supervision, instruction, and custody. So mayroon kang obligasyon na pangalagaan mo yung bata. So in 219, those given authority and responsibility under the preceding article shall be principally and solidarily liable for damage caused by the act or omission of the unemancipated minor. Okay. So next in the 220, in chapter 3, the effect, we now proceed in the effect of parental authority upon the person of the children. So in Article 220, the parent and those exercising parental authority shall have the respect of their unemancipated children towards the following rights and duties. First is to keep them their company, to support, educate, and instruct them by right precept and good example, and to provide their upbringing and keep them their means. And then the second is to give them love and affection, advice and counsel, companionship, and understanding. So, as a parent, we need to give them love, affection, or companionship. Kailangan natin um, at intindihin yung bata sa mga kanyang pangangailangan. Kailangan natin mabigay bilang isang magulang. So, lalong-lalo na sa mga bata, kailangan sila, ang unang kailangan nila is love and understanding. And then, we need to guide them in the right path. So, and number 3, to provide them with moral and spiritual guidance, inculcate in them honestly, integrity, self-discipline, self-reliance, industry, and trip stimulated their interest in the civic affair and inspired in them compliance and the duties of citizenship. So, as a parent, we include our duties, the educate them in a moral and spiritual and the guidance. And then the fourth is to enhance, protect, preserve, and maintain their physical and mental health at all times. So as a parent, we need them to protect in any harms and also maintain their physical and mental health all the time. So, kailangan natin tutukan din natin ang mga anak. Hindi lang yun hindi lang yun na pinapakain na natin ng anak ay sapat na. Hindi. Kailangan natin tutukan yung kanilang mental health and also the physical health. Magiging fit and magiging healthy and fit. Ganyan. So, in number 5, to furnish them with goods and wholesome education materials, supervise their activities, recreation, and association with others, protect them from bad company, or prevent them from acquiring habits detrimental to their health, studies, and moral. So as a parent, we need to supervise them, especially today that our class is online. So there are many cases reported about the child abuse in the internet. As a parent, as a mother, we need to supervise their works during their class hours in the computer or their activities. So, okay, what if there there are many sites in the internet that you can experience abuse, no? So, is in the internet, especially the effect there is the mental abuse. So next is to present them in all matters affecting their interest. So, hindi lang pwede nating pabayaan kung anong gusto ng bata, no? Kailangan din natin makontrol yung mga kagustuhan niya. So, number 7, to demand from them respect and obedience. So, kailangan natin bigyan ng respeto at ang bata and to obey, no? And the next is to impose discipline on them as may be required under the circumstances. So as a parent, pwede naman tayong magdisiplina ng ating mga anak kapag kailangan. Pero dapat yung pagdisiplina natin ay hindi magiging sobra sa bata, no? Kailangan bigyan natin ng disiplina na kanang ano lang, kanang tamang-tama lamang sa kanya, no? Hindi tayo pwede magbigay ng disiplina na over kasi pwede tayong makasuhan sa lalong-lalo na ngayon. Oh. So, now in number 9, to perform such other duties are imposed by the law upon parent and guardian. So the parent will impose their duty as a guardian. So next is in 221, Article 221, the parent and other person exercising parental authority shall be civilly liable for the injuries and damage caused by the act or omission of their unanticipated children living in their company and under their parental authority, subjected to the appropriate defense provided by law. Clear here. So in 222, the court may appoint a guardian of the children property or a guardian ad litem when the best interest of child so required. So, ang korte ay pwede mag-appoint ng bagong guardian ng bata, no? Kung makikita niya na, halimbawa, yung bata ngayon ay mayroon siyang guardian, halimbawa, yung magulang niya ay patay na, tapos yung lola yung nag-alaga niya. Kung makikita ng korte na yung lola ay hindi karapat-dapat na maging isang guardian ng bata, ay pwede itong bawiin ng korte. Kahit lola pa niya yun, no? So, ang pinoprotektahan natin dito ay yung karapatan ng isang bata na hindi siya magiging makaranas ng abuse o pang-aabuso. So, in Article 223, the parents or their absence or incapacity, the individual entity and institution exercise parental authority may be petitioned by the proper court of the place where the child resides for an order providing the disciplinary measurement over the child. And the child shall be entitled to assistance of counsel, either his choice or appointed by the court, and summary hearing shall be conducted wherein the petitioner child shall be heard. So, halimbawa, yung bata ay nasa custody na sa kanyang lola. So, kapag nakikita ng korte na yung lola niya ang bata ay nakaranas ng pag-aabuso, at pwede itong bawiin. Pwede itong bawiin ng korte. So, mawala na siya ng karapatan sa bata. So, papasok na dito din ang the is clear for order providing for a disciplinary measure over the child. So, kailangan na pa-imbestigahan kung ito ba ay talagang ginawa ng kanyang guardian. Hmm. However, if in the same proceeding, um, the court find a petitioner is at fault, irrespective to the merit of the petition or when the circumstances also warrant, the court may be also deprivation or suspension of parental authority adopt such an measurement. So, sa halimbawa, kapag ikaw ay, halimbawa ako ay mag-adapt ng bata. So, ako ay imbestigahan ng korte kung ako ba ay karapat-dapat na maging, ah, mag-adapt ng isang bata. So, for example, ay naaprubahan na-adapt ko na yung bata. So, habang nasa akin yung custody ng bata ay kailangan din nila akong i-monitor kung nagampanan ko ba yung aking katungkulan bilang isang magulang sa aking anak, sa aking sa aking adopted na anak. Mm. Ay kung makikita ng korte na inaabuso mo yung bata ay mawalan ka ng karapatan sa bata. Kukunin nila yung bata sa'yo. So in 224, the measure of no, the measure referred to the preceding article may be include the commitment of the child for not more than 30 days on accredited by the proper government agency. So, habang inimbestigahan ka, bibigyan ka lamang ng 30 araw para mabigyan ito ng kalinawan sa kung mayroong nagsampa ng kaso tungkol sa yung pag-aabuso ng bata, ganun. So, the parent exercise. So, the parent exercise parental authority shall not interfere with the care of the child whenever commitment, but shall provide for his support upon upon proper petition or is on instant, the court may terminate the commitment of the child whenever just proper. So, in here on my report, so in chapter 4, Grace will continue to report this. Okay, Grace, proceed. It's your turn now. Okay.